Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to build the smallest raid farm for Minecraft Bedrock. Let's go. First things first, you're going to have to find yourself a pillager outpost. To find one of these, just have a look around in generally a plains biome or a snowy biome, and look for them near a village. They're not always near a village, but they're more likely to be near one. So at the pillager outpost, make sure to kill any of the pillagers that are here so they don't get in the way of you building the farm. If you do get the bad omen effect for killing one of the pillagers with the banner, just make sure to drink some milk to make sure the effect goes away. So now we can start building the farm. First things first, go up to the very top layer of the pillager outpost. Make sure to break the chest. Then we're going to place glass panes completely inside of the zone marked out by these pillars of wood. Like this. Now tower up about 30 blocks above the bottom platform and wait for a few seconds. When you come back down, a pillager should have spawned at the bottom. Now, still making sure you're pointing north, break the 3 blocks around the side, like this, on the right hand side, and place 2 pieces of glass, one on top of the other, like so. You should always make sure that this still remains a gap underneath. So now, remove this glass pane, and break a hole in the floor directly underneath it. Break these 2 glass panes, and place 2 pieces of glass like this, and then break these 3, place 2 more pieces of glass. Should look like this. Now, you just need to break all of the remaining glass panes. Now, with all the glass panes removed, it should be looking like this. So now, go down underneath. We're going to be making a Trident Killer down here, so that you will immediately get the bad omen effect as soon as a pillager would spawn here. So we're going to place a few pieces of any sort of solid block here, and make it go down by at least 2 blocks. Then place 4 pistons like this, and place 2 blocks in each of the corners to fill it out. Now make sure to leave, and it should be looking like this. Now we're going to place 4 observers. Do this, break the block diagonal from the piston, and place an observer down. Make sure it is pointing like this. Do the same for the rest of the 4 corners. You may need to break the stairs to get through. This isn't a problem. Just make sure you've got some sort of way to access the top if you need. Like so. Now place a piece of redstone on the top of each of these corner blocks. Then place a lever on one of these and flick it down. This will make sure that all of the pistons stop and it won't be running unless you flick this lever. Now on the layer below that, we need to break one of the corners from the Trident Killer. So I'm just going to pick this corner, it doesn't matter which you choose. Now place 2 temporary blocks and place a double chest like this. Then with this gap here, place a single hopper going into it. You can break these temporary blocks. Now go back up inside the Trident Killer and place another single hopper pointing into this hopper. Replace any blocks you may have broken. Now go all the way to the top and throw in a trident. Make sure that when you flick the lever, the trident moves around like so. You should hear the noise. The Trident Killer at the bottom is now complete. So for this next step, you're going to need to know what your simulation distance is set to. You can find this out by going onto the menu, going into settings, then going to game and scrolling down to see what your simulation distance is. If your simulation distance is 4, the height you're going to have to AFK at will be different to if it is higher than 4. If you're on a realm, it will automatically be set to 4. So now we need to go up to the AFK spot. First, find the block of glass above the empty space where the pillagers are spawning, and stand on top of it. Look directly up, and break the block. Now you'll need to tower up a different amount of blocks using specifically scaffolding, depending on your simulation distance. If you're on a simulation distance of 4, you'll need to tower up 36 blocks. If you're on a simulation distance of 6 or higher, you'll need to tower up 118 blocks. So if I was on a simulation distance of 4, looking at my Y coordinate, the second coordinate in the top left, I would need to go to Y 115. However, I'm on a simulation distance of 8, so I'm going to tower up 118 blocks to Y equals 197. And there it is, I'm at 197, which is exactly 118 blocks higher. So now, one last thing at the bottom. Find which edge of the pillager outpost is closest to this tower. So in this case, it's going to be this side because it's only 3 blocks away, or 4 if you include this one. Look on the map to see which side this is, and for me this is north. This is important because it's going to show us which way we need to build the actual farm at the top. So now at the top of the tower, make sure to be facing the same way that we discovered at the bottom. So in my case again, it's going to be north. So going off this side, place one temporary block, and place another here. Destroy this. And make this into a 4x4 grid, like this. Then, I'm just going to quickly place a temporary block here, and a dropper here. Destroy this block. Then place one hopper pointing into the back, like this. Now on this side, we're just going to place 2 blocks like this, and we're going to destroy this block here. Place 3 rails like this, and destroy these 2 rails, and place this block back in. This is so that we can have the rail pointing this way. You can also destroy this block. Place down your hopper minecart on here, and push it in until it is inside the block. Make sure to shuffle it around a bit until you're able to place a block both here, I just need to shuffle it a bit more, here, as well as one here, like so. The hopper minecart should now be inside of this block here. Now we're going to build a Trident Killer. Place a block around the entire edge of this square, so that it looks like this. And then place a piston on the leftmost side of each of these 2 blocks that we just placed, so they're pointing inwards like so. Then we're going to place 2 of any block here on all 4 of the sides, like so. So now on top of here, place 4 observers, like this. Make sure they are again pointing in this direction. As before, place 4 blocks like this. However, there's one difference to the one we built at the bottom, which is that you need to place dispensers or droppers here instead. This is going to make it faster, and it's going to make sure that nothing gets caught. Also, place a lever here so that you can turn it on and off. Now we're just going to place a single trident in the top, and as you can see, everything should be working. Now we're going to extend this by building a small ring of blocks, 1 block above. Then extend each side by an extra 2 blocks, like this. And then fill in the corners. It should be looking like this. Now we're going to build a 3 tall wall, like this, extending the entire way around this that we've just built. like this. Then top it off with one layer of leaves. We're putting leaves here because leaves are one of the only blocks that raids can't spawn on, which will mean that they'll have to spawn inside of here instead. Now on the inside, place 2 blocks like this, and place 4 oak fence gates. This can be any sort of fence gate, doesn't have to be oak. So now we're going to just open them up like so. This is going to make sure that none of the water goes into the Trident Killer, and then place a single bucket of water in each of the corners. All the water should sort itself out and flow to the middle like this. So now we need to get a villager up here, so this is classified as a village. First you need to place 2 blocks, paste down a bed, destroy these 2 blocks and replace them with leaves. Then place some leaves like this, place 2 pieces here and another here. Now we'll need to actually get a villager inside of here. You could do this a number of different ways, however for most of them I would recommend it as nighttime so the villager will jump straight into the bed. You could get a villager up here using a minecart rail, although because it's quite high that might not be the best idea. Or you could wait until nighttime and get a zombie villager to follow you the whole way up here, cure it, and then it will jump into the bed when it's night. For this I'm just going to use a spawn egg. As you can see, the villager should go straight to its bed in just a moment. Give it a few seconds to link. And then just place down a job site block. This doesn't have to be a composter, but I just use it because it's the simplest. And after a few seconds the villager should link. If he tries to escape, just let him have a bit of a way back in. Wait for him to go back in, and then lock it up. Make sure to place as many leaves as you can, because the more leaves the less likely it is for the villager to escape. That amount of leaves should be sufficient. So now we've finished with pretty much everything in this section of the farm. We're just going to finish off around the Trident Killer area. So first find where your dropper is, and to the left hand side of it, break this block. Then place an observer pointing downwards like that. And then you can break this block here, place 2 solid blocks like this, place some redstone dust like this. This will make sure the dropper will drop any drops that come out of the farm. Then place a temporary block here, and place a upside down stairs pointing like this. This is going to make sure that all of the drops go into one specific location. Then make sure to put some leaves on top of it. Now on all of the sides apart from the one you're going to be AFKing out, build out by 2 blocks. This is going to stop any of the Ravagers escaping when they fall through the tube. And one last thing you need to do is destroy this dispenser over here and place a repeater. This repeater needs to be pointing this way. Then set this to 3 ticks. Then also place 3 blocks like this, 2 here and 1 here. This is going to make sure that no Ravagers will escape. Now the very last thing we need to do is put some items in this dropper here to find out where they land so we can build a sorting system. So open it up, pop a few items in, and then switch on the Trident Killer. As you can see, the items will get dropped. Once they've all dropped, we can go down to see where they are. You can see they've landed on this block here. So now I'm just going to make sure that the items from up there can fall through correctly. So since this is a block that the items landed on, I'm just going to break some fences and make sure that there is a clean way for the blocks to fall through. Now I'm just going to build a bit of a storage system. You can build whatever type you want, however I would recommend building one that is fairly large, because otherwise it will fill up very quickly, because there are a lot of enchanted books and armour that will clog up any sort of large system very quickly. This map chest should be sufficient for maybe a couple hours. Now the farm is completely ready for use. One thing I would recommend is a looting 3 sword, because it will increase the output of the Trident Killer. To use this farm, go down to the bottom Trident Killer and switch it on. This will make sure you always have the bad omen effect. Then go upwards up to the second Trident Killer, where the main farm is. And then you'll just need to flick that lever on up here. Now the farm is all ready and will start working. I'm now going to do a 10-minute AFK test to show you guys what the rates are like for this farm. So after 10 minutes of AFKing, you will be able to get in total, see, that is 3 stacks of emeralds. So after an entire hour of AFKing, you would get about 18 stacks of emeralds. As for totems, there are a total of 3 totems there, so you'd get about 18 totems per hour. This is using a looting 3 sword. So that's it. Please, if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any comments, concerns, queries, please put them down in the comments below. If you have any ideas for any future videos I could do, please again pop them in the comments below. I'm always happy to hear them. Okay, that's it for today. See you next time. Bye.